Hey everyone, it's Strange Michael. I hope you're doing well today. I have a review here for the 7th, really the 8th, but this is the 7th in this current series of Transformers films. This one is 2 hours long. It's called Transformers Rise of the Beasts. Now, this is tied into somehow, kinda not really, the Michael Bay films and also Bumblebee. Bumblebee being the best. The original Transformers film from Michael Bay, I really enjoyed. The original 80s animated film was amazing. I love it. It's probably the best of all of them, to be honest with you. Revenge of the Fallen was okay when I was a teenager, and now it's kind of terrible. Dark of the Moon I really like. Age of Extinction was my favorite for a long time before Bumblebee came around. And then Last Night was horrific. Now, this one kind of taking the cues from Bumblebee. Doesn't take place during the 80s like Bumblebee, but it does take place during the 90s, following a young man named Noah, who has a younger brother who's very close with him, even though Noah is like in his, 20s, mid-20s, something like that. His younger brother has a very bad disease, and he's not really... he's in recovery. He's trying to do better. They're taking care of him, whatever. But Noah's having a hard time finding a job to help support his family, basically being the man of the house with his parent, his mom, whatever. And eventually he has an encounter with a robot that happens to be a car, an Autobot. I don't remember the name of the robot, Autobot, whatever this stupid-ass robot's supposed to be, mainly because he's played by Pete Davidson, which... immediately, as soon as he showed up, before I even knew Pete Davidson was in this film, who I can't stand, I think he's an awful, unfunny SNL-type, modern-day SNL-type comedian, if you can call it that. I usually say comedian nowadays when it implies SNL with quotation marks in the air. He is awful. I can't stand him. He's horrible here. From the moment he showed up in this film, I could not stand him. Whereas I love the guy playing Noah. I thought he was really good. This film was directed by the guy who did Creed 2. Creed 2 was excellent. Not as good as Creed 1. Probably not as good as Creed 3 in my opinion, but Creed 2 was also a great Rocky-style movie. I really love it and really dug it for a lot of the things that it had to do. This movie being directed by the same guy proved to me that a lot of the most talented filmmakers out there, like Ryan Coogler, or what is this guy's name, Stephen Caple Jr.? Yeah. Let's have them stick to family dramas and stuff like that, because that's really where these guys shine the most. That's where a lot of modern directors really shine, at that family drama, personal drama, maybe thrillers, I don't know. These big budget franchise movies with tons of CGI like Transformers and Star Wars, half the people making them have no business being the people to make them. Not any offense to Stephen Caple Jr., this feels like the most Hollywood boardroom bullshit movie that I've ever seen in my life. There's also a side plot in here involving a character who's kind of an archaeologist, but you have no real reason to believe why she would be, because she's awful. The poor actress playing this girl, she had no business being in this film. This is one of those weird quota things where this poor girl is going to be embarrassed the rest of her life for the performance she gave here, because she was not good. She was really not good. She's really not a good actress, and I feel bad for her. I don't know anything about this young woman, but I hope she gets better opportunities in the future for better films in the future. Again, personal family dramas would be the best route for anybody nowadays, because big budget CGI movies, not a good place to be nowadays. It's just not, for anybody. Anybody involved. Actors, writers, directors, anybody. You're gonna get screwed and you're gonna look like an idiot, more than likely. So, Transformers Rise of the Beast is no exception to that. The CGI looks great, of course. The biggest inclusion for this film that was shown in the teasers that I was really excited for was the Maximals from Beast Wars, the old cartoon that many of us loved that was CGI. At the time, it was a cartoon CGI that, it was rough, but it was great. It was a great thing. I even bought a new version of Cheetor, the same toy from when I was a kid with the same packaging and everything that they had remade from Hasbro for this movie back when it came out in 2023. I know I'm a little late to the party, but who gives a shit? This movie I really, really, really wanted to love, and I almost bought it for 20 bucks at Walmart, and I am thanking God that that bullet passed right by me like Neo in the Matrix, because I didn't do that. I waited for it to go down to $5 to rent on Prime, and dear God, the bullet. I could feel the air whizzing by me. I'm so glad that I dodged this bullet, because I would not pay $20 for this shit, and if I had paid $10 to go to the theaters, I would have been brutally angry, and I probably would have been tearing the stupid-ass burgundy curtains off of the wall at the theater. Anyway, the performances are pretty much bad from everybody but Noah. You know, you have Peter Cullen in here playing Optimus. You have Ron Perlman in here playing Optimus Primal, which was kind of cool. You got some new information that kind of contradicts the Bay films, even though this is clearly tied to those, having Peter Cullen and everybody else there. Bumblebee is in the film. The new robot, the Pete Davidson robot, is awful. He's obnoxious. I can't stand him. And there's some other familiar faces of Autobots and whatever that you'll see in this film that you'll probably like a whole lot too. And again, my boy Cheetor from Beast Wars is in this. I was really stoked to see him. If you're a hardcore Michael Bay dedicated Transformers fan, maybe you should see this. You'll probably love it, more than likely. Even though we live in a world where Revenge of the Fallen and Last Night exist. But somehow this film following up to Bumblebee came out, and it's horrible. Bumblebee was so amazing. It was so amazing. One of the best 80s throwback things from that general side thing that was happening in movies and TV for the longest time with the 80s throwback stuff. Truly, I mean that. The music was bad in here. It has nothing really about it that satisfied me. And even at one point, my poor wife, reading a book on the couch beside me, looked up and said, "This movie sucks ass. That joke doesn't work. That joke doesn't work. Why is she in this film? Why did he say that?" It's bad. It's so bad that people like my wife, who I would consider more of a normie to movies like this, who's never seen a Transformers film in her life aside from Last Night, bits and pieces of it at least, even she thought this sucked ass. So that tells me it's not just me as a hardcore Transformers movie fan, especially the animated series and stuff. Armada is the best, by the way. Still, this was a piece of shit, and I don't recommend it to anybody, really. Yeah, the CGI was good. Yeah, it shot fairly capable, I guess. Yeah, Noah's character is cool. Yeah, the actor playing him was good. It doesn't have much more outside of that. It's going to test your nerves for 2 hours, just like a lot of the Michael Bay films did, all of those years that they were being made. Is this worse than Last Night? No. I would say this is just slightly better, just slightly more tolerable. Not even better, just slightly more tolerable because of the lack of the stupid-ass Merlin thing and the insult to Anthony Hopkins' career and life and history and legacy. Anyway, Transformers Rise of the Beast. If I had to rate this piece of shit turd on a 5-star basis, I'd probably give it like a 2 out of 5 stars. The only reason I give it a 2 instead of a 1 is mainly, again, because if I like anything really, truly, passionately in a film, I have to give it a 2. This one having decent CGI is enough for me to say, yeah, that's okay. I kind of like that. I like Optimus. I like Peter Cullen, even though he's barely in the movie. And I like the guy playing Noah. Those things all account for that extra 1 out of 5 stars for me. But overall, don't waste your time. If you're not a Transformers fan, avoid it like the plague. Don't do it. Don't do it. Anyway, what did you guys think about the film? I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments about it down in the comment section down below. What's your favorite of the Transformers films? Animated, live action, whatever. I'd love to hear all of it. These are basically live action cartoons at this point, and I feel like truly we need to avoid having human beings in these stupid movies. If we avoid that, we could save a lot of these. I really believe that. I truly, truly deep down believe that. So anyway, thank you all for watching, guys. God bless you all, and goodbye.